Welcome back again. This is Teacher EJ, your friendly teacher in your English subject. We are now on Module 3, Quarter 1. And our competency for this week is appraising the unity of plot, setting, and characterization in a material viewed to achieve writer's purpose. We, as humans, have by far existed and continue to do so with the qualities that help shape as such abilities and drawbacks. Through these blends of opposite sides of progress, we learn to deal with our everyday lives as smoothly as we wanted it to be. Learning to combat our drawbacks and bringing forth the power from our abilities, we efficiently flowed through the hedges and mountains of the gift that God gave us, and that is life. Hence, by participating in the activities herein and drawing from your meaningful experiences, you can be assured that you are geared towards facing your weaknesses and empowering your strengths. So, I believe we are all ready. You know what, class? Our module this week is divided into 4 lessons. First is the characteristics of a person in overcoming conflicts by the use of connotation and denotation. Second, key events of a story. Lesson 3 is characterization and author's purpose. And lesson 4 is simple narrative writing. So after going through this module, you are expected to differentiate features of characterization, plot, setting, and author's purpose. Second, identify the relationship among characterization, plot, setting, and author's purpose. You will be also expressing opinions about the material viewed and read. And lastly, compose a simple narrative by applying characterization, plot, setting, and author's purpose. Now, let's start with our lesson 1, which will be focusing on personal characteristics, connotation, and denotation. Have you heard these words? Really? Well, that's good. So none of us is created perfect. All of us are endowed with strengths. At the same time, we also have weaknesses. Being positive allows us to be better persons as we capitalize on our strengths and as we address our weaknesses to improve ourselves. It's really true. That's why this lesson allows you to discover how to make the most of your strengths and improve your weaknesses. So now, how far would you go to know the real you? Right. What risks are you willing to take to successfully overcome the hurdles of life? These are the questions that we will be answering all throughout our lesson. So after going through this module, you are expected to provide different positive characteristics of a person in dealing with a conflict presented and distinguish the use of denotation and connotation. So what are the positive characteristics that your classmates find in you? Maybe you're beautiful, you're smart, or you're industrious. So what do you think are the things that you have difficulty in doing? It could be in writing, singing, dancing. So there are many things that made you difficult to socialize with others. There are times in which what the characters say are entirely different from the literal sense. For example, Cardo act out the role of a Filipino hero. There could be 2 things that Cardo would do should he be asked to act it out. He might be inside a classroom and pretend to be Jose Rizal as what the teacher expects him to do. Or he could be literally outside the classroom doing the same action. This is the difference between our lesson: denotation and connotation. Today, you are going to discover the strengths and weaknesses of characters in a given situation. On this part of the module, we will also discuss connotation and denotation. Find out the difference and spot them from the story or fuse. Look at this. Using a Venn diagram, class, we can actually differentiate denotation from connotation. Their similarities. They are both principal methods of describing the meaning of words. But when we say difference, denotation is the dictionary definition and the literal meaning of the word, while connotation talks about emotional meanings of a word with cultural implications or social overtones. Let's have first our activity 1.1. We are going to read each activity carefully because for this task, you will be answering on your worksheet. The situation is Joaquin and Christina are trapped in an abandoned well. They want to be free. Using the chart below, list down the 3 individual strengths that Joaquin and Christina could use to free themselves from the well. Give at least 3 individual strengths of Joaquin and Christina. Well done! Let's proceed. In what way could these qualities help them escape from the well? Nice answer. Do you think we could interchange the qualities of Joaquin and Christina? Yes or no? If yes, why and how? If no, why and how? So what would happen if they interchange their qualities? We're going to answer those questions. Let's proceed to our activity 1.2. Knowing the following words will help you as you read or fuse. Remember how these words are defined. On column A, we have inspiration. What is the meaning? Something that brings on creative activity or motivation. Number 2, lyre. A small string musical instrument, similar to harp. 3, entranced. To put somebody into trance or charm. 4, condemn. To express an unfavorable or adverse judgment. And summoned. Sent for, called for. Always remember those words. Let's proceed to activity 1.3. Answer in 1 to 2 sentences in your worksheet. What did you notice in the way these words are defined? How do you differentiate A from B? Which is a better way to define a word? Here is our situation and what could be the possible answer. Juancho has a stage fright, but he is an excellent singer. Second, Badiday is a cookery student, but she could not provide for the ingredients needed for their cookout. Day by day, she is losing hope. What could be the possible answer to the given situations? Write your answer on your worksheets. Now, let's proceed to activity 1.5. The given words below is a word bank that contains words that describe strengths and weaknesses. Categorize these words whether they belong to strengths or weaknesses. The words are pillar, power, building, ability, withering, muscle, limitations, debris, flaws, and crack. Again, the words are pillar, power, building, ability, withering, muscle, limitations, debris, flaws, and crack. You're going to write the words which belong to strengths and what words belong to the weaknesses. Now, I want you to study in advance the story of Orpheus for your next topic. Congratulations! You have done great. Thank you for listening.